Hello and welcome back to my personal play for Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. My name is Incarnate, and this is the final mission, guys. The final mission of this game, the final battle. I remember when I got through this, the credits rolled and all that kind of stuff, and I was editing the footage. I think it was probably 2 or 3 days after I completed what you're seeing right now, my second run of the game. I tend to do this too with all games that I am going to be putting up on the internet. After I've played it and after I've found my strategies, and after I've played my game and got everything recorded, I will go on YouTube and check out the landscape. See if there's anybody else coming up, or see if anybody else has come up with the same strategies that I've come up with. One, it's kind of fun just to see, how unique my strategy is. And two, I'm curious to know what other people came up with. Like, when they were faced with the same problem that I was faced with, what was their solution to it? I find that to be quite intriguing, right? And nobody's necessarily right or wrong, you know what I mean? Everybody has their methods, but I tend to do that. And I'm gonna showcase a strategy up here that I haven't seen anybody use yet. It might be out there, but I haven't personally seen it. It's in the next, I think it's in the next phase of this episode. Not this fight, but the next one. I'll show you guys when we get there. And I find it to be one of the coolest spots in the game for having total domination over the enemy. What I'm showcasing now is that if you get back here behind these crates, you don't really have any cover, but you do have an advantage on the enemies because, like I said, when you ADS in this game, the auto aim kicks in and you can get headshots. You can kill them way before they can have a chance to shoot you, but you kind of got to be on your toes right here. You can throw grenades too, like you just saw me do. And just make sure you're reloading, canceling your reloading when you need to. You want to thin all these people out. And then if you kneel right here, you can get a line of sight on the big robot to my right. Oh, he's right there actually. You can get crazy lines of sight on that dude. You don't have to worry about him. Now, from a strategy standpoint, from a Mein Leben standpoint, you can actually skip this whole area. You can actually go ahead and go through the big bay door if you want to go that route, or just go up the stairs and hit the elevator and climb, or not the elevator, but the ladder and climb it, and you can get past this entire area. But you guys know I'm trying to let the game punish me a little bit here, but just too smart for it. You got to be smart. Like I said, you don't have to play these games with strictly skill. You don't need it. And that's a shame that you don't need it. But I look at video games, like I said, like a chess match. You know what I mean? And if I have a chance to dominate on the third move of the game, baby, right? Then that's what I'm gonna do. There's no point. And I play real chess. I don't know how many of you guys play real chess, but when you have a chance to strike in chess and win, you just do. You know what I mean? You don't give your opponent time to put on some new moves and stuff like that, or have that second chance. That's not how chess works. It's a game when you master it. You play to dominate. And when I play video games, I play to dominate the video game. And if that means I got to up my skill level to dominate, then I do. I have no problem with spending the hours and putting in the time to get better at a game to dominate it, right? But if I can see a weakness 3 moves in, like if we were playing chess right now and I saw a weakness in your game, I would abuse that and I would get you out quick, And I learned chess back in high school, and it was brutal, man. It was brutal. And that's what I love about playing games, is trying to figure out a way to dominate using the old noggin. And this is a spot that I was just talking to you guys about. I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube use this spot. Like I said, it may be out there, but I haven't seen it. And I've watched quite a few of the videos on the first couple of pages when you do a search for this difficulty. But this right here, man, is an absolute dominant position. You can clear out the entire floor of these, the entire floor of enemies right here. And I mean, I've never been killed here. So I'm not going to say you're completely invincible, but, well, obviously if you peek out of cover like I was doing there, you can get shot. So I guess in that regard, you could die. But you can see right there that these guys are frozen. And I think they're frozen because they don't know where I am. I don't think the developers programmed some of these enemies to know that you could ever possibly be right here. And I'm not glitched. Like, this is not something I had to jump 5 times and spin around to get in. This is just an actual piece of cover that the game lets you have. And not to mention, you can see right there that you can see through that piece of cover and get shots. So I think I showcase a lot of my pistol skills here with getting shots in people's legs and feet and all that kind of stuff. I'm fascinated by these kind of spots in the video game, but in a Mein Leben run, this is all you'd have to do. And this is a tricky floor. I've watched players play through this floor I guess, running around and taking pieces of cover and kind of playing the way that the developers want them to play, and they struggle. But this keeps everything super easy, man. Like I said, you don't have to play with skills. All these people who think that games are all about showcasing their I guess skills with the controller, I think a lot of times those type of players are just wasting time, and I don't have time to waste, guys. For those of you who subscribe to my channel, you know I have a busy schedule. I have a freelance business. I have clients that call me at all times in the day wanting projects done and trying to run a YouTube channel. It's like, dude, I don't have that extra 2 hours that another player has to quote unquote get good. No, man, I'm trying to get trophies. That's why I play games. It's for trophies and to get through them and experience them. And yes, I play them for the story, but most of the stories nowadays are not that great. Let's just be honest. Most of the AAA games out there these days is not as good as they probably could be. So I just play to get through, get the trophies. If there's a hard difficulty, I like to get in there and run it to see if my intelligence can kick in, and I can just, like I said, treat it like a chess match. Look at this fool right here completely frozen, man. I don't think he has any idea where I am on the map right now. And look at all these dead bodies. Look how easy that was. No weapon upgrades. No dual wielding, which is really some of the fundamentals of this game, especially the dual wielding. You know, well, I guess probably the upgrades too, right? I mean, I can't see anybody else just saying, oh, let me go through the I Am Death Incarnate difficulty with no weapon upgrades and no dual wielding and you know, have fun with it, right? But I don't know. I guess that's the kind of stuff I like to do in these games. So this is the last fight of the game. It's not really one boss fight necessarily, because you have to take out a ton of these robots. I think there's 6 robots that are small. These dudes, the little diesel enemies guys. And then I think there's 2 big robots, and then there's a bunch of soldiers. And what I'm showing you here is what I like to do to take them out. There's a couple ways you can do this, by the way. I've seen people do this with weapon upgrades before, where they go up top and they run the middle of the airship or whatever, and they kill all these small diesel enemies at once, and then they just kind of run around the area and kill the big guys. You can actually skip the 2 big guys as well if you can make it to the ladder. I don't know. Maybe I showcased that in this clip. I can't remember how I decided to get through this. Oh, you know what? I do skip the final 2 enemies, but I ended up killing them anyway from the top catwalk. So that's possible. And I remember now. That's why I decided to showcase that, because you can skip this. You can't skip the entire boss fight. Like, you have to wait for that bay door to open and for the big robots to come out, because that exposes the ladder that you need to climb to get out of here. So that's kind of what you see me doing now. I'm just kind of waiting. There's some body armor that I'm standing on. I might have already even picked it up, because I do have 100 armor right now, 100 defense. So if you do take a couple of hits, you can recover. The only bad part about being in that position, the disadvantage, is if you accidentally shoot the gun that we have in our hand right now in that room, you're probably gonna die, because it'll just blow you up. Okay, so here's what can happen here. There's two schools of thought. Sometimes these enemies, the big robots, you guys haven't seen them yet, I don't think. They will sometimes come down and walk the catwalk area out there. And if you position yourself right here, you can definitely kill one of them. But the 2 of them will walk down here randomly. I want to say that one does come down here, but I don't quite get lucky enough with killing him with the shots out of this gun. Ideally, if you can at least kill one of them, then it's easier to get to the ladder and leave the area, right? Now what I'm doing right now is just continuously shooting this gun, hoping that I'm getting hits on that guy, but I don't think I end up killing him. And I have my back toward a piece of cover behind me, because the enemies, there's the guy. I was just off a little bit with my shot. If you can get him trapped in it, you can kill him. But if you stand right here, keep your back toward this piece of cover that's behind me, the enemies, because when I turn around right here, you're gonna see there's enemies all back here. But if you keep your back toward that, it takes them forever to come this far down this section to shoot you. They will come down here though. And so that just keeps you protected, and hopefully you can kill one of the big robots. If not, you're just gonna you can do what I am about to do, which is just thin these fools out a little bit, and then try to run to the ladder, which you'll see here in a second. Like I said, you can kill these dudes without that big gun that you saw that I had. You can pick it up right before you enter this section, but I just wanted to get in here and run and gun with that bad boy. And now I'm just running around straight to this ladder. I missed it. I was freaked out right here because I was like, man, these dudes, because they will shoot you as you climb this ladder and kill you. But like I said, if you hang down in that bottom section long enough, especially if you can kill one of them, you're good to go. Now right here, I think I do a little crossfade here because these dudes, oh, I'm just showing you that it's, okay, I remember this now. I'm showing you that it's actually on the I Am Death Incarnate difficulty because it is YouTube, and I know most people get it, that I wouldn't lie because that looked rather easy. But you always want to show that if you're out there and you have a YouTube channel and you're putting up runs like this, you want to prove that you didn't have anything on your guns, you didn't have anything in your, none of that stuff. No, I want to say that this stuff shows up red because I've watched other people's gameplay. If you actually upgrade it, now you don't see any red on the screen there, so no upgrades. But I end up killing these people, I believe, these two big robots. Fairly certain that I do, and it takes forever because, believe it or not, it's hard to kill these fools from up here because you can't shoot through. You can shoot through this part that I'm shooting through now, but you can't shoot through the thin parts there. But look at these crazy wickeding. And you don't have to kill these dudes right now. You can climb the other ladder and exit the level, although I think these dudes can shoot you. So there's me doing a little crossfade because it took forever to get these dudes to walk in. What happens is I killed the first robot. The second big robot would never come back out of this bay because it got stuck in here. So I just did a crossfade because I spent like 2 minutes trying to bait him outside. I don't even know if he comes out now or not, because I'm just trying to get a line of sight on him. I think I end up jumping up on this railing or something, or shooting him in the arm. I want to say I get some wicked angle. I'm just trying to shoot in the open right now, trying to get him to come out, and there he is, boom. Then I'm just laying into him. See how stupid the AI is? Like, at least make a move. But he's stuck. He's froze, man. It's completely broken. And there he goes. That's both the robots. And I want to say there's one or two more enemies, and you guys know I'm trying to kill everything I come in contact with. So I could, of course, leave the area and finish the game, but I'm going back for seconds, baby. Coming back through here. And this killing these two enemies right here was actually tougher than anything. I knew if I jumped down there with them or try to take the ladder down that I would probably die because I'd be vulnerable. And you can't shoot through the small openings right there. So I have to kind of get them to go to the other side of this bay, and I'm trying to just maneuver my body in such a way where I feel like they'll move, because that tends to be how these games work. These enemies will move based on, they'll go to a different spot on the map based on where your current location is, if that makes sense. And a lot of times you can manipulate the movements of the AI that way, and that's kind of why you see me doing a lot of moving around here, peeking and leaning and doing all the stuff. There we go. Trying to kill these fools. And like I said, this is not necessary. You can skip this. But I'm just trying to put myself through as much torment as possible. But that's pretty much it, guys, for this series. Thanks to all of you who watched, supported. Thanks for all my Patreon supporters who are supporting me over there. Guys, it really does help me if you guys contribute to that fund over there. It helps me fund future projects. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be good.